Porsche's 75th anniversary has a surprise for its fans with the unveiling of the Mission X hypercar concept. The unveiling date chosen is also a significant one, being exactly the same as the first car to bear the Porsche name in 1948, and that is on the 8th of June. Everything about this unveiling Porsche has related to its past hypercar line, even using such words as predecessors on its press journal. A powerful statement for a powerful car. Highlighted as predecessors are the 959, Carrera GT, and the 918 Spyder. Suffice to say, this would be the latest version of Porsche's top-flight hypercar, replacing the 918 Spyder, but in concept form. A teaser. Even the Mission X's use of carbon fiber is mentioned in relation to this lineage. Its wheelbase is also a follow-through of the Carrera GT and 918 Spyder. Being powered by electric, Porsche wants to use this point as a clear projection into the future. It is based on technological success with Porsche e-mobility on the Taycan range, as mentioned by Porsche Chief Executive Officer Oliver Blume. The Taycan is a four-door car, so the Mission X is a sign for things to come from the mark for their sports cars. The missions for this hypercar is to be the quickest car around the Nordschleife, to achieve a 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio. Numbers that are out there is that the Mission X produces 1,500 horsepower, so its weight is going to be 1,500 kilograms. Downforce in excess of the 992 GT3 RS, and quick charging for its 900-volt architecture that should take half the time it takes to charge the Taycan Turbo S. The Mission X is powered by 4 electric motors independently to each wheel. Its battery is positioned behind the occupants, so its mass center is similar to a mid-rear engine car. Porsche mentions agility for this, so it would be to minimize polar moment of inertia surrounding its center of gravity. Active aerodynamics is also on the Mission X, called Porsche Active Aerodynamics. The system has an active front and rear wing, which can be turned on either to be active for outright performance driving or minimized for efficiency. On its damping system, Porsche says, is straight off their motorsport program. It has varying modes to choose from on their Porsche Active Suspension Management module. Other driving modes are torque vectoring, stability control, and traction control. Typically, Porsche expects some impressive straight line performance from their launch control checklist. The current record for a road car on the Nordschleife is by Mercedes-AMG 1 at 6 minutes and 35.183 seconds, so it is going to be a tough task, made the Stuttgart rivalry comments between Porsche and Mercedes. If numbers on the Mission X's 1-to-1 power-to ratio is what is rumored to be, at 1,500 horsepower and 1,500 kilograms, then it may have a good shot at being quicker than the Mercedes. The Mercedes-AMG 1's power output is 1050 horsepower. This is from its F1-derived turbocharged engine, its kinetic motor generator for the rear axle, and electric motors for the front axle. The Mercedes weight is also heavier at 1695 kilograms. The Mercedes-AMG 1 does run on more rubber at 285 19s for the front and 335 20s for the rear, compared to the Mission X's 225 20 fronts and 315 21s for the rear. It is going to come down to how much downforce the Mission X can make to find a way to beat the Mercedes-AMG 1. Mercedes did not release detail of how much downforce the One produces. When the One was introduced, Mercedes did say its downforce would be as much as half its weight, but at that time its claim weight was a lot lower than the eventual production car. Both the Mission X and Mercedes have drag reduction mode for the straights. That weight, 1,500 kilograms, for an all-electric four-wheel drive car that is said to produce 1,500 horsepower is very impressive. As a commemorative 75-year anniversary edition, classic racing Porsche touches are added to the Mission X's appearance. These are influenced by the 917, 906 and 908. The canopy and door opening is reminiscent of those on the 917, while its vertical headlights are influences from the 906 and 908. Other details are its integrated side mirrors, that is 6-inch monitors attached between the door panel and A-pillars. The external cameras transmit visual information to them via a control unit. A contemporary touch to today's lifestyle and the future is how the car is integrated with the world of media. Cameras are mounted on the roof, on the doors, and within the interior to capture and record the driving experience. With the press of a button that is mounted on the top of the gear selector, all these media systems would be turned on and start recording. Porsche has also taken their sports chrono system to the next level with a classic timekeeper by Porsche Design. It is mounted on the passenger side, so when going for a long time, the passenger can take responsibility as co-driver. As much as it is to function, there is no denying that from an aesthetic point of view, the purposely retro execution certainly stands out. This classic twist to it must have been done on purpose for a contrast effect to that very modern interior. The timepiece setup also has digital logging. What definitely is going to come wanting from Porsche is the sound of their magnificent naturally aspirated engines, such as the 9A1 GT3 range, that 68-degree V10 from the Carrera GT, and the V8 from the 918 Spyder. This is symbolic to how much sacrifice Porsche is making for the top-of-the-range performance car and a statement for the future. Wonder if Porsche will add to its option list a shaped steering wheel instead of the yoke concept on the Mission X. A well-executed design of a steering rim will always add to the look and feel of an interior. Or should we just move on? Or should we?